We have head coach Eric Peavy from Beaumont Westbrook. Coach, can you introduce your student athletes, please?
It's number 2, Deontay Simpson. Number 9, Raven Elo. Number 4, DeMarcus Coleman.
Open it up for questions.
First, I just want to say, DeMarcus, man, the positive attitude all season long. After this game, just talk about picking your teammates up in the roughest moment after an incredible young man.
Yeah, we're a brotherhood, and I mean, I'm blessed to even be in this position to be playing at this stadium. I mean, it's just a dream come true, and without those guys, it wouldn't happen, and I'm just proud that I got to meet each one of these coaches and players.
Coach Peavy, BGOE,
Yeah.
and it comes down to this today, and seeing that young man do that after the game to his teammates, just like you had to as well. Just explain the senior class.
It's just tough. Losing a class like this has been together for so long. It feels like since our freshman year, we've always known this group was close and this group was together. But what they've really brought is the atmosphere of family, and the grades beneath them have bought into it. And when you have a program that's based on love, you can get a lot of things done. And when I say the word love, between men, that's not used very often. But not just love, but I'm talking about love for the game, love for practice, love for being around each other, but just love the whole idea of being a student athlete, and that's what's unbelievable with this group.
Coach, when you look back on this season, what are some of the best memories, or what are your final thoughts on this great run?
Having the opportunity to coach young men like this is the greatest opportunity there is.
Coach, first time in 36 years that this team has been on this stage, and proud accomplishment, second year head coach. Talk about an accolade, just give it a second.
It's nothing. It's nothing with me. I promise you. It's these guys you see beside me. It's the work they put in. What people don't understand is they work every day this summer. It is literally from the time we open the weight room up until the time it closes. They're in the weight room 3-4 hours. After that, they go outside their own throw and catch. They've been putting this forth. It really comes down to the dedication and the love of these young men.
Deontay, talk about the emotion, just the physicality of the game.
We knew that Longview wasn't going to just back down, so we tried to just bring the heat, but they wanted it more than we did. And it's just something that'll make us better later in life. You're either going to look at this as a positive or a negative. If you look at it as a positive, it'll only get you better, because the feeling hurt, and you don't want that feeling to happen again. So you'll work, and it just hurt. So.
Alrighty, when you came off the field tonight, we've been covering you these last few years. You kept your head up high. It was a proud moment. You were proud of what this team's done. How proud are you of what everything this team's accomplished this year?
I'm very proud of my team. I mean, we all put in a lot of work. Everybody worked hard. They gave it their all. It looked like they gave it their all. I mean, we did everything we could. We all knew that it was going to come down to something at the end. It was going to have to be us with the ball of them. I mean, they just did what they had to do and they won. I mean, I'm proud of the guys that we all played our heart out.
Coach, what was the message you told your team after the game?
I made sure that they understood that, like Deontay said, use every experience and everything that you've learned while here at Westbrook to help you be that dedicated father, loving husband, and future leader of their communities. And I have no doubt they will. These young men are champions, and they've been through tons, and they just keep battling. And wins and losses for me, it is what it is. Seeing these men be prosperous in their future, and if any of them ever want to be a coach, they know who they can call for a job. I promise you that.
Coach, 36 years in between appearances in the state championship.
Yeah.
Do you plan on being here before another 36 years?
No, they'll be sooner. No, that's the goal.
Coach, talk about what happened on the extra point where Evan it was a bad snap for the most part.
Yeah, it was a bad snap, and if you look at it, you go, we lost by one. If you miss the extra point, if it ties it or this or that, but the truth of the matter is they wouldn't have went for 2 in that situation. They had to kick the extra deal, so it really wouldn't have. They were chasing the point the whole night, so I mean, yeah, we lost by a point, but they wouldn't have went for a 2 in that situation. They just kicked the extra point anyway, so it ended up working its way out. It really came down to some other little things we could have fixed.
Coach, you're seeing the quarterback Raven has been through a lot in his career. I'm sure you guys have shared a lot of moments one way or the other like this together. What's it been like coaching him? I know he shoulder injury already and then split time a little bit. What's it like to see him progress and perform like he does?
I love him like a son. I'll do anything for him. Love him like a son. I'll be there for him for the rest of his life, anything he ever needs. That's my boy. He's been snapped to me from day one. He knows that. Coach Beebe sees him and it makes me smile every time. So, yeah.
Coach, can you talk about the difference in that fourth quarter?
I mean, their quarterback was making some big throws. That was a big deal. Haynes, he just made some big throws. I thought they missed a few the first half, and that kind of kept us in it. And in the second half, he made some big throws downfield. And you know, if he told us we'd outrushed him, you know, they outthrew us, I would have never guessed it. But I'll tell you what, the young man is special, program special they have over there, and they make some big plays.
Final questions? Thanks, you guys. Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you, President.
How about them Lobos?
We have head coach John King from Longview. Coach, can you introduce your student athletes, please?
Introduce them all. To my right is Jesse Anderson, number 5 fullback. Camden Perry, number 11 receiver. Javante Rett, number 4 linebacker. Jeffrey Lister, number 2 safety. And number 10, Haynes King, quarterback.
Open it up for questions.
Coach, first title in 81 years. What does this mean for your program and this team and the way they were accomplishing that game in the 16-0 season?
I'm going to tell you, I think this proves that hard work pays off. We've been close many times. There's a lot of good football teams that's been through our program just since I've been there in 19 years. That you know, just they're part of why we're here today. You know, and the beliefs that they had, and just the ideals that are instilled in our kids, and the understanding of what it takes to be a champion. You know, and I tell these kids when they're freshmen, they walk in that locker room, you know, and there may be 100 of them. They're not all going to be there, but those that do stick around are going to be champions. And we're champions today.
Haynes, you told me back in August your whole goal was to get at least as far as you did a season ago. Talk about what you all have overcome just to get to this position as we speak, state champs.
Well, last year we took it in our perspective and we fought through the off season. We had a long, hard off season, and 1 week we called it Lobo's Hell Week. And we just one day we pulled sleds. My dad called it G and Haul. When times get tough, this whole team we're telling each other G and Haul, G and Haul. We're going back to that day, and that's what pulled us through today.
Haynes, while you have the mic, growing up around this program, being a kid, but when you state champions in the late 2000s, and seeing how close you are able to get, what's it mean to you to finally get over the hump and to see your dad, your dad's enjoying this too?
It's pretty special, and like in the early 2000s when we went to state championship, after the game, I'd be playing a little touch football game or whatever, and I'd just be thinking in my head, when I get this chance, I'm going to try to go win this.
How's being a coach's kid helped you in games like this? When you have your dad lead on?
I really don't know on that one, but it's just watching every game and you just take notes pretty much. That's what I do. Even when I was a ball boy or whatever, I'd be watching the game, I'd take the notes and just how to handle that atmosphere, and it's just, I believe it helped me in the long run.
Coach, I get the impression you're not a guy that sheds tears just at the drop of a hat, but I saw some tears and some emotion. Talk about this moment with your son.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's with all my sons. And the reason those tears flow, I've seen these kids since they were little. Kindergarten, of course, Haynes grew up with them. I was at the ball field when they were little playing. I know the parents. I know the hard work they put in, traveling all over the country, whether it was playing Little League football or basketball or going to camps trying to get recruited. And they put in the work. And this football team deserved a chance to be a state champion. And, that's the biggest reason. Yeah, especially because you got your son here. And he did make that comment to me after the 2008-9 state championship game. He was going to find a way for us to win it. And when you're 8 years old, I guess I probably didn't put too much stock into that. But, it's been special. But all these kids are, because we're hard on them. And I know he talked a little bit about Hell Week and the G and Hall. And, I get mad at them. And I'm tough on them. Just not me, the coaches. Our staff is. It's not just me. It's all of our coaches. But we have a great staff that understands what it takes to win. You know, and when they got to the point this off season and kind of got complacent, and I jerked their off-season clothes off of them, made them wear white practice pants and white practice jerseys, and put them in a pile. I said, get in where you fit in. And the whitey tighties, they didn't last for a week, right? And we G and Hall for you millennials. That's plowing. G's right and Hall's left. So that's what that's for. But we had a rough week. But I'm gonna tell you, I think that's when I knew that I couldn't break them. They were gonna stick in there with us. And like I said, I'm proud of all of them. I mean, you don't understand the commitment this group's had. Little League up all year long. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this collective.
Jeff and I respond to that.
We've got a question here. Go ahead, yes.
For one, it's God's plan. For two, we just have to trust in the coach's game plan, just pull through and listen to all of them and just accomplish that. For one, like Haynes, captain of the offense, I'm captain of the defense. I got together with him earlier today before the game. I made sure he was straight, make sure all the game plans was ready to go right out the book.
Coach, if you can, what game in district play, not at home but on the road, that basically told you no matter what was going on away from the team, this group was together and was ready to go?
Yeah, that was our closest test, and we were behind in the fourth quarter. These kids don't like losing. They love, they don't like losing. They hate losing more than they love winning, and they've been that way since I've known them. And they rally one another. That's what's the amazing thing about it. They don't gripe at each other. There's times it gets emotional, but they don't gripe at each other. I've never been around a group that can just stir the other kids up and they all rally together. It's amazing.
Chase, can you just talk a little bit about the touchdown at the end of the game? When you knew your number was going to be called, this was going to be a touchdown, they will talk about forever now?
Well, honestly, I knew I had the weight of the city on my back, and I didn't want to let my team down, so I knew that I had to find a way to get in the end zone.
Hey, so you guys, with about 8 minutes left, you weren't able to get in the end zone there and had to settle for the field goal, and then the next offensive possession, you come out and throw the 50-yard pass down the field to set up the go-ahead touchdown. What was your mindset there after not getting in the end zone, and then just how did it feel to come back and redeem yourself with a big throw like that?
I mean, Coach Wilson, he talks to me every game, before every game, and our motto, me and him, is whatever it takes. You had 4 quarters, and 4 quarters wasn't up. You just got to keep making plays, keep grinding out.
Kevin, can you sort of reflect on the season you had with all the school records you've broken, and then today breaking the all-time 6A state record for most receiving yards?
Right. I was getting an interview by somebody today, and they had told me that I had over 200-something receiving yards, and I was like, I didn't even know that. I was just focused on trying to get my team into the game. And so, I mean, I've had a great season, but I couldn't do it without these guys behind me. So, and I give it to my offensive line. They hold up, so Haynes can get the ball off and get it to me. So,
Javante, all game, or especially early in the game, had trouble stopping them, and then y'all get the lead right there at the end. They've got a chance to go down and try to win it. You make a big hit, you force a fumble. First turnover of the game, how big was that play? What did you see there to know that you could draw that ball loose?
What I saw, we first had to get on the sideline and communicate and let each other know what we need to do. We run with the ball loose. First thing come to my mind, punch the ball out. Punch the ball out, get on top of the ball, and we do getting it back.
And Jeff and I, what was the difference in the second half? What were y'all going to do different defensively to slow them down after they scored 28 in the first half and y'all held them to 6 that second half? What did y'all do differently?
What we did differently, we stuck to the game plan, because in the beginning we wasn't sticking to our game plan. The game plan is the scramble rule. The scramble rule is quarterback take off running, we lock on to our receivers no matter what until we hear that whistle. So towards the second half, we make sure we all communicated, make sure we all knew that we had to stay on the quarterback, or stay on our receivers until the quarterback was down and we heard the whistle.
Coach, can you talk about the challenge it was containing their quarterback? Y'all would have him and then he would just escape?
Well, we were getting out of gaps, over pursuing some things. You got to at the speed that they have, and we would over pursue, and he'd cut it back. And, but he's electric. We knew that we'd have our hands full containing him, and you don't stop him. You kind of just try to slow him down. But we did a better job of it in the second half, and the big thing for us, I think we started winning first downs. Instead of them being second and short or second and medium, they had some more second longs. and our defense did a better job of staying gap sound and getting where they needed to be. But they've got tremendous athletes, and they put you in pressure situations. And just kind of like it's been all year long, these style of offenses. I mean, you've got to settle down and get adjusted to what you're trying to do, and get your defense adjusted to what they're doing, so you can slow them down. And we felt like that we could move the ball offensively, and then we shot ourselves in the foot, put our defense in bind at times, and so when we got everything fixed, we started playing a lot better.
Coach, coming into this game, you went for some 2-pointers, and were successful. Were you planning on being that aggressive coming into this game today?
Excuse me?
On the 2-point tries that you were having. Did you plan on being that aggressive coming in?
Well, the first one, we got called for legal procedure. That was because of a mishandled snap. That put us behind, and so we were playing a little catch up. We have a handful of 2-point plays we go in every every game with, and sometimes we even put one in there. We worked in weeks past, but it's. But the biggest reason why was because of the missed opportunity on extra point on the first touchdown.
Coach, this is the first year UIL's had the instant replay review. Y'all had 4 reviews in this game. What are your thoughts on using instant replay in the state championship?
I think it's good. Get the call right. This kind of setting. I didn't have a problem with any of the calls that they made. I mean, they reversed a few, and we had one. I guess our 2-point play you were short on that they ruled. I mean, it is what it is. It was a correct call. It wasn't quite there. They dropped a touchdown pass. We had interference on the play, and he dropped a pass. They caught to the 1. So I mean, I think it's good. But I don't know if you can do it every week. I mean, you've got to have a lot of manpower to get that done. But playing in an atmosphere like this, I guess Texas was the first state to do that, using instant replay in a high school game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a history buff.
48,000 people here. What do you think it's like in Longview right now?
Empty. Let me tell you, when we get back to Gregg County, it's going to be a party like they ain't never seen. And I may be leading the charge.
Final questions?
Coach King, one more. A lot of talk's going to be about the offense and defense, but the special teams plays, Robert had the interception in the end zone on their scramble play, and then the field goal by Martin. Just how big were the special teams, in a 1-point game, how big was the special teams plays today?
They come up huge. It was a big play by Robert when they botched the snap, which made it an 8-point game, and then, of course, the field goal by J.K. was huge for us. It winds up being a winning margin. And we had a 2-point play. I guess they picked off, and I don't know who tackled him. Somebody got him out of bounds. You did, Jesse? I just know we didn't run it back. I was thinking it's 35-34. The worst thing that can happen is us to screw this up. And but we were trying to make it a 3-point game. But the kid made a great play.
You mentioned the party. What's this mean to Longview after all those years of frustration and wins?
It's great for our community. It's great for our school district and our high school. We've got a tremendous fan base, and they're there every year, and they love these Lobos. And everywhere you go in the city, that's what they want to talk about is the Lobos and what year they graduated. And when we've been close, and I know that frustration is grown through the years just because we haven't been able to get it done. But I can tell you what, there won't be any more talk about us not being able to win the big one, because the Longview Lobos have got bragging rights. We're state champions, 16-0. And if that ain't good enough for you,
Hey, Coach, real quick, your thoughts on Matthew McConaughey? I'm pretty sure you're going to hear from him again.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. That was nice of him to send the video. We had a lot of numerous former Lobos and graduates of Longview High School send videos, and even had a lot of people come out and talk to the team. Charles Lebus, whose father, Frank Lebus, quarterback of the 1937 team, he came and talked to the kids and talked a little bit about that, which was really nice. And Robert Biro, who was the head football coach here, he played for it in '97. He came by and saw me this week, and he brought me this little old, what do you call it? Hayden's a pennant? I don't know what it is. It's a leather football with 37 on it that some cheerleader or some fan wore at the 37 game. And he brought it to me because, guys like Robert Biro, Doug Cox, Pat Collins, they've been part of this football program since, Longview High School integrated. This is important for all of them. And they know what this football program means to the town of Longview and how special it is. And they're there supporting us. And I know that. And there's not many jobs in the state of Texas like this. I'm going to tell you what my daddy told me in my first year or two when I got into the coaching profession. He told me, he said, son, you need to find some place and call it home. And I'm thinking, I want to be a head coach. I'm going to bounce. I want to do this, do that. So let me tell you, I hadn't been to Longview but about a month, and I knew that's where I wanted to call home. And there ain't another job, there ain't another place that I want to coach. There's no different kids that I want to coach than them tough-ass kids in Longview, Texas. I love them. I love what they're about. We got a lot of diversity on our football team. Got rich ones, poor ones, black ones, white ones, Hispanics. I mean, we got it all. And they walk through that field house, they bleed green. They walk out of that field house today, these dudes are going to bleed green the rest of their life. And that's home. And I'm proud to say that Longview High School, Longview, Texas is my home.
Thanks. Final question in the back. Go ahead.
Jess, for you being a senior, what does it mean to you to put Longview back on top?
Well, I feel like it was a team thing, I didn't do it by myself. I'm glad that we could get in the right situation to go make this happen, and this was 81 years that we haven't got a state championship. It feels great for us to go ahead and bring it home.
Coach, do you have that 37?
Sure do, sitting in my locker. I didn't want to put it in my pocket. I was afraid I'd lose it. I brought it in my bag. Pinned it on my bag when I went out for the game. It's in there in my locker.
Coach King, you've been one of the best coaches in East Texas for years, and that you go without. You have peers in that regard. Now, when you say John King, state champion, what does that mean?
Longview Lobos state champion. I just have to be the head coach. It ain't John King, Joe. I can tell you that. It's these kids, this community. It's a group effort, man. They're coaches, little league coaches, your dads, your friends, your uncles. That's been a part of getting this thing to where it's at. It's everybody. And this Longview built. I've said it many times. It just but they believe and they let you coach them. I couldn't coach the way I coach in a lot of places, but I can do it in Longview, Texas, because that's how they like to be coached.
All right, thanks guys. Congratulations.